everyone thinks of me as like a very big personality, like on the like gymnastics floor. They're like, you're always having fun, you're always dancing around, and they're like, is that just like a facade? Like, is that something that you just like put up? And I'm like, oh no, I'm like that all the time. It's probably definitely like exemplified on meet day, but for the most part, like I'm just like that all the time.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to season 3 of Flipping Out with Bridget Sloan. I'm your host, Bridget Sloan, and this season we are talking all things NCAA gymnastics, from the athletes to the coaches to the insiders who make it all happen. And for today's guest, Makenna Smith. Makenna Smith, the one, the only, the great. Welcome to the Flipping Out pod.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you. We are very excited to have you. Before we get into more about you, congratulations. You guys had a stellar weekend of regionals.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Oh my gosh.
I
It was a
mean,
time.
look, I have to give the Utah fans, I mean, I don't even think dedicated is the right word. Like, I always like to say fans are very passionate, but I feel like the Utah fans take it to another level. Like, they show up and show out no matter where y'all are.
Oh yeah, always, all the time.
I mean, hey, it made for great TV. I'm not gonna lie. Your arena was absolutely packed, and I was like, wow, this is amazing.
Oh yeah. It was really funny because like going into day one, Carly actually told us she's like, expect like not as many people like Red Rock preview like type vibes. And we were like, oh, okay, sounds good. Whereas like I still think that probably is like more people than most would expect anyway. So it was awesome.
Say, I thought it was, to be honest, I thought all the regionals had a pretty good, like, there were a lot of people that showed up across the
Yeah.
board. So I was very impressed with the gymnastics community. We love to see the support for
Yeah.
women's sports.
Especially on
Okay.
like the weird days.
Well, the Wednesdays always, like, we had Wednesday, what was it? Wednesday, Thursday, and then Saturday.
Yeah.
Wednesday, actually, I was really impressed. I thought there were a decent amount of people for a Wednesday. And then Thursday, I was like, dang, like people are here.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so you are in your junior season.
Yes.
Crazy. From Albuquerque, New Mexico, the one place I
Yes.
have never been.
Most people haven't.
I mean, what's it like? What was it like growing up? Did you grow up there? Like, were you born
Yeah.
and raised there? Okay. So what was it like growing up there?
Oh gosh. I mean, I was a gymnast, so like most of my time was spent doing gymnastics, but it's actually kind of similar to like Utah. Like there's a bunch of mountains, people will ski. I was not a part of the people who did ski. um, and it's just like it's more like desert than Utah is. Like it's really weird that it like rains and snows, so not used to that. But, like we also New Mexico's infamous for a very like strong winds. We have like hurricane force winds just without the water.
Oh.
So yeah, really
Oh.
fun.
Oh.
And then my like one of my favorite things is balloon fiesta. So like very beginning of October, they have like a hot air balloon fiesta and it is the
Oh, wow.
coolest thing ever. It's like 10 days and there's like balloons that are shaped like a cow out in like on the field and it is like the coolest thing ever. And so you're like, wow, this is like crazy. And then they do like a balloon glow at night, so like all the balloons like inflate and it's dark outside and then they like pull the fire so they just like light up. It's so cool.
Oh my gosh, you're really selling it. I might have to put it on my bucket list because so it's the beginning of October.
Yeah,
Okay.
somehow it always lines up with Utah's fall break, so I'm always home for it.
Oh, they did that for you.
I
McKenna, they did
guess,
that for
yeah.
you. Okay,
um,
so you have a younger sister.
I do.
So I would love to know how you got, because a lot of times, I shouldn't say a lot. In my case, it was like I have an older sister. She started
Mhm.
gymnastics. Obviously, I did it. So I was like, yeah, I want to be you. But when you're the older sister, like, did you always know growing up, were your parents like, yeah, you are going to be a gymnast?
Oh gosh. I mean, I feel like I started gym kinda young. I was like 4 or 5-ish, But mostly it was we had like an at-home gym and I would do like pull-ups or like I would try and do cartwheels out in the backyard. And my hairdresser actually, her son was in like preschool gymnastics and we're like close family friends with her. And she was like, you should put Makenna in gymnastics. And my mom was like, anything to get her energy out. So she's not running around the house like a crazy person. So and somehow I ended up in gymnastics. And then I was like doing super well. And we saw like our head coach at like a pool one time. And she was like, you should come try out for team. And then the rest is history.
That's actually even better than what I was expecting. Not that I was expecting anything, but I love that it's like your coach was at a pool and it's like they were scouting you out and they're like, all right, who I always say too, which this is not a hit on gymnasts, but like I always say that we belong on land. Like
Yeah.
I personally am not a great swimmer. I would survive, but like I'm not great.
Yeah. So my mom was actually a swimmer in high school. So, and then my sister is like super good at swimming. And I was always told that I was not very good. And my mom's like, your issue is you point your toes. Like, she's like, you take away like the push in the pool. She's like, you're too aerodynamic. Stop pointing your feet.
So you're like, sorry, my bad. Sorry for being too aerodynamic in the pool. My apologies.
I know, seriously.
Okay, so we started gymnastics when we were young to get the energy out. I feel like that's
Yeah,
a tale as old as time when it comes to gymnastics. Everybody's like, yeah,
absolutely.
I had a lot of energy, and my parents basically were like, I don't know what to do with you. So they put you in a gym. Do you remember like a time? And you might, if you have to really think about this, that's fine because it's kind of cool to hear about everybody's story about like a distinct moment where you're like, I'm actually pretty good at this sport.
Oh gosh. I feel like it might have been so I like skipped level 6 back when it was like still a compulsory level and it was so we like I did a meet to test out of level 6 and then I was going to compete a couple meets as a level 7 and then I was most likely going to drop back level 6 like for the rest of the year. It was really because like right before like there's a date. I don't really know why we were doing it. It was just because like I had the skills, but they didn't know if I was like mature enough to be a level 7, which I was like fair. I think I was like 8 years old, so fair enough. But my first meet level 7, I actually qualified to like the national like judges cup meet, and so they were like, well, it's your choice now. You can stay a level 7 or you can go level 6. And I was like, I want my own floor music, so I'm staying level 7.
It's like,
Not,
I wanna do my own thing. I want my own
yeah.
choreography. I want this path.
Yeah. And so I felt like that was like the first like realization that I had that I was like, whoa, like I could actually be competitive with this. Like I like beat out all these other girls who were actually supposed to be level 7s and I was just here for fun. So
Honestly, that's how it should be. I love that. I also skipped level 6, so I feel you there.
yeah.
And it is, it's a funny moment of, like, when you think back, you're like, "Wow, there was that defining moment of, like, I'm actually pretty good at this." And it's like you look around, you're like, "I don't know if anybody else is aware, but, like, I feel pretty good. I'm gonna pursue
Yeah.
this."
I think it was also really funny because I feel like there was a lot of like people who would tell my mom that they're like, "Oh, she had like a lot of talent," and my mom's like, "Yeah, okay." Like, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Mom, what?" Like now looking back, she was like, "Well, I didn't want it to get in your head." So she was like, "I would just say okay," and I was like, yeah, okay, I see where you're coming from for sure,"
You're
but
like,
I was like,
"Huh,
"But you wouldn't even like accept it." She was just like, No, not really." I was like, "Okay, okay."
you know what, McKenna? It all worked out the way it was supposed
It
to.
did.
It all worked out." So, okay, so now you're good at gymnastics. You're like, "Oh my gosh, college."
Yes.
What were you looking at other schools, or were you always, "I'm going to Utah"?
Oh gosh, I feel like I had like a really weird like recruiting process because so originally I was committed to Ohio State like right before they changed when you could only start talking to college coaches like right before I can't even remember how old it is now like your junior year.
Say I think it's junior year now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I committed like right before then and then I like kind of like actually like came to my own. Like I qualified to Nastia Cup and was like doing all these things. And then it was time to start talking to college coaches again. And so it was like I had a bunch of people reaching out to me and I was like, okay, I kind of want to explore this. Like where could I go? Like that could be super fun. So I like did all of that. It was like really cool talking to college coaches and then COVID happened. And
Yes.
so I couldn't go on any official visits. So I had a lot of like FaceTime of like, look, this is our campus. I was like, so I have no idea where I am, but thank you for
Huh.
showing me what campus looks like. So that was super weird, really odd. And then I like finally actually I got my wisdom teeth out and I was like stressing out about my like life at the ripe age of like 16, 17. First, because for some reason it was like life was ending at this point for me. I was like so freaked out. I was like, I don't know where I'm going to college. It's going to determine everything. And my mom was like, okay, pick a drivable school. We're going to go visit it. So, like 2 days after I got my wisdom teeth out, we drove up to Utah and we're like walking around campus. And I was like, yeah, this feels like home. So, I like came back and then I committed. And now I'm here.
Wow. I didn't even like think about being recruited during COVID.
It
Uh,
was weird.
so you're telling me that schools were like basically taking you on a Zoom meeting of like the
Yes.
campus and they're like, this is where you could have lunch. This is where you wow.
And it was like, okay,
Oh,
here's like all of your support staff that you would have. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like I never really got to like face to face talk to any of the college coaches because like everything happened like during COVID, like everything was like shut down. So I like
oh.
the only interactions I ever had was on Zoom until I came to Utah and then I like actually got to, but I was already committed at that point.
Huh. I'm like thinking back. That would have been very strange. Like, hmm. Okay. Okay. So different times, but
Yeah.
you got to the end goal. You
I
are
did.
happy, healthy, and thriving at Utah,
Yeah.
which is all we can ask for. So, how was your transition? So again, I think a huge part of recruiting is being able to go to the school. So
Yeah.
I'm curious because you didn't have that, not because you didn't want it, but literally the world was like, no, no, you stay home. How would you say your transition into college was?
I honestly, like, I didn't really have that hard of a time. I know it's like, for a lot of people, it can be like a really big deal and like a really hard thing. But my like senior year, I wanted to graduate early, not because I wanted to go to college early, because I just wanted to be done with high school. So, but my mom told me I wasn't allowed to, so I had to continue doing high school. But I like finished my senior year in February, I think. So like I was like done for quite a while. And I was like training probably like 25, 30 hours a week, but I was also coaching like close to 20 hours a week. And so I like kind of I would like already had the like full-time job kind of thing going on. And then during the summer I was supposed to come out to Utah. They were still renovating the gym, so they're like you have to stay like at home. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Can I please take classes? Because I might be bored to death if I don't do anything over the summer. And so, like, by the time I came to college, like, I had already done like 6 credit hours of classes. During that entire time, I was like working slash working out myself like 40 hours a week. So, like, I came to college and I was like, oh, okay, this is chill. Like, and I don't know, it seemed like almost like less than what I was doing before. So it didn't seem as bad.
You might be the only person I've ever heard say that their transition was like less than what they were doing beforehand, but I love that for you. And I think,
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like I truly believe that the people who transition the easiest into college are the ones that are very much so like, I'm ready to close this chapter of, like high school JO, and I'm ready to move on. And it sounds like you were there. It sounds like you were
Oh
there.
yeah. I was definitely like I love my club coach and I was super sad to like leave him, but I was like I'm really excited for like something new and like different and like going somewhere else.
think that's awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the transition into college, like, I'm a big advocate for, like, life after sport, because I think there are 2 transitions in my head. It's like you transition into college and you're a student athlete for however
Mhm.
long you are, and then you transition out of college, and it's kind of like like you're running full speed into a wall both times. But I do think there are ways to, like, I don't want cope is not the right word, but just, like, to make the transition as seamless as possible, and it sounds like you did
Yeah.
that, which just it makes for your freshman year just a little more light, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. It definitely does. And then I somehow lucked out that, like, my freshman year, I think I only had, like, 3 classes because I had, like, a 5 credit hour math class. So, I was like, "Oh,
Oh.
okay, like,
I
fair
mean,
enough."
do you love math? That seems like an
I
absurd amount of credits for, like, 1 class.
It was only because it was, like, you went to class every day. That was the only reason it was 5 credits. And it was like, I don't know, I didn't think it was that bad, but I was forced, like, against my will to get up to pre-calculus in high school. I did
Mm.
not want to do it, and the thing is, I don't know why, but the, like, school system stuff that I was doing, if I, like, wanted to, I probably could have passed the AP exam, like, that Calc 2 AP exam with the pre-calculus that I was doing. I was like, "This is not pre-calc. I can pass that exam, it's not." So, like, college, I think it was, like, intro to college algebra and trig, so I was like, "Oh, yeah, I did this stuff, like, 3 years ago." So
Ooh, I love that for you. Cannot say the same for myself, but everybody has their own journey.
Absolutely.
So, okay, so we get to college. What was it like competing in your home arena the first time? Do you
Oh,
remember?
I got, like, starstruck constantly. It was like, one, like, I'm out on the floor with some of, like, the coolest people ever. Like, you have a couple people who've been to the Olympics, people who've won national championships. I'm just sitting there and I'm like, "Wow, everyone's awesome here." Like, this is so cool. And then you go out and there's, like, 14, 15,000 people, and they're all just, like, cheering you on. Like, they don't even know you yet, and they're just happy that you're there. And
Mhm.
it was, like, the coolest thing ever. Like, starstruck, just every part of it was the coolest thing.
Oh, love that. Those are the moments that you'll remember that moment probably for the rest of your life, so hold tight to it.
Yes.
Okay, so this season, you guys have had a great season. You specifically, I feel like you've had an exceptional season your
Thank
junior
you.
year. Feel that deep in my bones. So I'm curious to know if you had any now that we're at the tail end of season, and when I say tail
Mhm.
end, we have 1 meet left, so we are coming to the end. But did you have any specific, like, personal goals that you maybe set for yourself? Whether it was in preseason, whether it was a year ago to whatever it might have been that you're like, "Hey, I get to cross that off my goal list this year."
Gosh, I feel like well, one of my goals was actually to beat Michaela Skinner's hit record. Unfortunately, did not do that because I fell at big jumps. But the thing that was really sad is all I had to do to beat it, I'm pretty sure, was to, like, get through 2 events at day 2 of regionals. And I was right there. However, though, I do think it was a good thing because I think I was, like, starting to stress myself out about it a lot. So, I feel like just, like, remembering to have fun. That's, like, the biggest thing that I, like, ever have for myself, like, a goal, and it was one that, like, my mom always had for me when I was competing, and, like, scores will be what they are. Like, I wanna be able to, like, go out, have fun, and, like, be proud of what I did. So, I don't really care if, like, the score might not reflect necessarily what I thought it was, but, like, right, as long as I had fun and I went out and did a routine I was proud of, then I will be happy.
Heck yeah. Um, okay, so you spoke of it very briefly, but Big 12s. So there has been
Yes.
a huge change really across the board of realignment.
Mhm.
I have never asked an athlete what they thought or what you think of the realignment. Like, Was it weird to be like, "Oh, we're in the Pac-12," and then it's like, "Wait, now we're in the Big 12?"
Well, I will say I definitely catch myself like almost accidentally saying Pac-12 like a lot of the times. Like I have to really like train myself that it is like when I talk about it, I'm like it's the Big 12, Big 12. But I will say it was definitely like odd, but it's pretty cool. I am like one of the Big 12 like SAC reps for like University of Utah.
Very
So I
cool.
actually like last summer I got the opportunity to like go out and like get the other reps from all the other schools, and it was really cool to like hear some of the different things that they were doing at our like their universities that like maybe we wanted to implement at ours, and just like kind of stuff like that. And it was really cool because everyone of the Big 12 really liked the way that the Pac 12 ran things. So they're really trying to pull stuff that was really cool from the Pac 12 into the Big 12. So that's really cool. So I don't know. I think it's also very different, like per sport, of how the alignment like changed things. So it's been interesting to see how that's like affecting all the like different sports and like their seasons.
I'll be honest, the first thing that I thought of was, like, the travel.
Yeah.
Immediately, my brain was like, "Oh my gosh, they're gonna be traveling so far."
For us, it was like it's like one meet that we like travel far
Yeah.
because it's like either like West Virginia or Iowa. Like the Arizonas came
Mm.
with us, so I mean, we that didn't really change anything there. And then BYU is just like an hour away from us, so like that wasn't like too bad. But I'm trying to think of like anywhere else that was like I feel like that's really it. That's like kind of like I don't know. It's just like the West Virginia or the Iowa, and for us, like made it like the schedule is made so that we only have to do it like once.
Hmm.
So that was super nice. And I will say West Virginia is I was not expecting to go to West Virginia ever in my career, so it was definitely like a shock.
Yeah, it's I think it's cool. It's cool that you
Yeah.
get to see other teams that you're not, like, used
Yeah.
to seeing often, but yeah, I've we ask the coaches all the time about the realignment, and they give us their spiel, and I'm always like, "Anybody think to ask the athletes, like, are you cool with this? Are you cool with, like, traveling here?" And, of course, they don't.
No, I feel the ones I feel like really bad for are like softball and baseball because like play like a series, so it's like there for like 3 games, and it's like quite a ways, and then they have to turn around, and then they're like traveling again the next weekend. I'm just like, oh man, I'm really sorry for you guys. That's not fun.
You're sitting at home, you're like, "Wow, I'm really sorry you're going through this. I'm gonna go to bed now."
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I love it, I love it. Okay, so there's been a huge conversation recently about gymnasts being superstitious.
Oh yes.
Do you have any superstitions that you
I
are like, this is it. This is what I have to do."
honestly don't. I really try not to be superstitious just because I'm like because I feel like I catch myself like trying like getting like too worked up about it, and I'm just like, okay, whoa, like if I didn't put the correct sock on, like I'm not gonna fall on beam. Like that's not gonna happen. So like realistically, the only thing is I like to have like the same hair ties that I wore like all throughout practice at the meet, like that week. But
Oh.
I mean, it's like 3 hair ties, and I've actually I've actually had the same 3 hair ties that I have right now since last year at nationals.
I'm more impressed that you haven't lost them. Like,
Oh yeah, no, they have like a very specific place in
oh,
my locker. Like they stay at the gym, don't travel
okay.
with me. They
Oh,
come to meets, but they don't go anywhere else.
these are hair ties that don't travel. They stay in my locker. That's incredible. Feel like it's interesting to me that it's become I don't know if you've noticed, but, like, it's becoming more of, like, common question of, like, "Oh, do you have any superstitions?"
Yeah.
And I'm like I always think to myself and actually, I'm really happy that you're able to answer it with, like, "I don't have any." 'Cause sometimes I see the, like, wheels turning in someone's head, and I'm like, "Please don't, like, go down this path of thinking that you have these superstitions, and then it creates something so much bigger," and I'm like, "It's okay." So, very happy to hear that you've just I don't think you have superstition, it sounds like you just have a routine, like, you just
Uh,
have the routine that works for you.
yeah, absolutely. I feel like that's like all athletes. Like it's more so of like a this is what's gonna like prepare me the best rather than like I set my water bottle somewhere. It's gonna be bad.
My water bottle must go on my left side, it cannot be on my right.
Oh, the thing is, I bring that up because I've had two teammates here who are like very superstitious about where their water bottles go.
Huh.
And
I
I'm just
mean,
like, okay.
again, whatever works for you.
Uh,
Like, if it it's one of those things, it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, like, that
seriously.
fair enough, but, oh gosh, water bottles. Who knew water bottles could be, like, so intense?
No. Well, and the thing that always gets me too about people who are like really deep into their superstitions, I'm like, you had a bad meet. Do you just like cut it out? Like,
Well,
what happens to the superstition? You know?
I mean, maybe that's why I had bad meats because I didn't have a superstition. Imagine have a bad meat and you're like, "Well, I'll get them next time." Okay,
That's
so
about my
I
how
mean,
I feel
hey,
about it.
honestly, McKenna, whatever works. Whatever works for you, just keep doing it.
Thank
I
you.
do wanna talk a little bit just about kind of who you are outside of the gym.
Mhm.
And, I think as student athletes, people know the athlete side intensely, or they think they know the athlete side intensely, and I'm like, it's always interesting to find out, like, well, you're not just an athlete, like, you are a student, you are a human, you are a college student.
Yes.
Well, I would love to know, like, who is McKenna outside of the gym?
Man, gosh. I mean, there was a reporter who, like, did a story, kind of about it because everyone thinks of me as, like, a very big personality, like, on the gymnastics floor. They're like, "You're always having fun, you're always dancing around," and they're like, "Is that just, like, a facade? Like, is that something that you just, like, put up?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, I'm like that all the time." It's probably definitely, like, exemplified on meet day, but for the most part, like, I'm just like that all the time. Just, always kinda trying to find things, do, like, fun things that make me happy. I, like every once in a while, I'll decide that I want to, like, have a random art project or, like, I get very invested in, like, things. Sometimes I get very invested for, like, 5 days, and then I'm no longer invested. I lost my, like, attention span for it, but I don't know. I feel like I just, like I have a lot of, like, fun things that I, like, try to do and to make life more, like, interesting and fun. Because like, I've done the gymnastics thing for so long now that I'm like, I need to find hobbies outside of it so I don't feel like everything's been ripped away from me when I'm done. So
I mean, a little intense there with your word choice. It's
Oh,
not gonna
yeah,
be ripped away
sorry.
from.
But well, I just feel like so much of my day is, like, structured around, like, what I need to do before practice that I'm gonna be like, "What do I do when I don't have to be at practice?"
I'll tell you
You
what
know?
what that's like. You're gonna get to say, "What do I get to do?" And all of a sudden, you're gonna
That's
see
true.
so many things, and it's gonna be super overwhelming, but it's also super cool, and it's a journey, so don't
Oh,
worry.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, in the summer, we're very big pickleball players, except when it's too hot outside because it gets a little hot in Utah sometimes. So, pickleball is a fun one. I wanna, go line dancing more. I love line dancing, I think it's so fun.
Okay. Oh, this is
Yeah.
so fun.
Yeah, me and a couple of my teammates spent, like, the majority of nationals last year, like, on YouTube learning line dances.
It's incredible. I
It
mean,
was
did
so
you
fun.
perform these? Like, did you perform them somewhere?
We would do them every once in a while, just like out on the competition floor without the music, because they, didn't always like have the music choices that we wanted, but for the specific line dances. So
Right.
we would just be like, okay, we're gonna do Footloose now, and we're just like over here doing it, but it was funny.
I feel like line dancing is really hard, for one. I
Yeah,
see people do it, and I'm like, Could never be me. So I commend you on
Oh,
learning
thank
it.
you.
It's kind of like gymnastics in a way, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm over here like, is it? Maybe?
I mean,
Mm,
it's like learning a routine. You just gotta like get the choreography down, and then
okay.
it's not
Wow,
it's not
maybe
too bad.
maybe I'll take up line dancing. Who knows?
I
Possibilities
think
are
it's a
endless.
great way. I feel like it's super fun, but I also like I'm a big country music fan, so I'm already like halfway there with it.
So, okay, so we love line dancing. We mentioned some art
Yes.
projects. What I mean, are we talking? Do you do plants? I've been finding out a lot of gymnasts have plants, and I'm so jealous because I don't have a green thumb at all.
I don't either.
Oh,
No. I mean, like when I was like back home, I used to have like a little garden,
oh.
but it wasn't like a yeah, we grew like chilies because like it's a thing in New Mexico. So that was I my dad has gotten way more like into it since I've been gone though. There was one summer that he decided to grow corn in our backyard. I was like, why are we growing corn in the backyard? But
Because it's delicious.
oh
Sweet
yeah, I
corn?
just was like, yeah, no, but I would because he had like it was like eight like of the like stalks, so I was just like, it's not quite like enough for like a prolonged use of corn.
I I feel like that's one of those times you're like, "Excellent effort. Excellent effort. I love where our head's at. I don't know who this will feed, but this is a great start." It's a great start.
Oh yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, if that's what you want to do, and I like come home and I could see like over our like backyard these just like corn stalks like poking up, and I was like, oh, that's corn, awesome.
So, do you go home often?
Oh gosh, my like freshman year I did. My freshman year I was home for like a month, but as I've like gotten a little older, it hasn't been as much. And also, I think some of it's the like my like friends that I had have also like now they're all graduated from college, so like they don't go home as much, and so
Mhm.
I just I'm kind of bored. I don't have friends to hang out with. And if I go home in the month of May, my mom is still like teaching. So then like I don't have my mom to hang out with. And then my dad is working. And then my sister is now like working and in school. So I just like sit at home by myself. And I'm like, well, I could have done that in Utah.
Fair enough, fair enough.
So, and also my parents come out to like almost every single meet. So like I've told them, I'm like, you guys haven't given me enough time to like miss you yet in the summer. Because I'm like, I see you every weekend. And my mom's like, yeah, that is fair. And I like talk to them so often. So I just like I see you guys so much.
Oh, it sounds like you have a
It's so
great
fun.
support system.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
that is
Yeah.
awesome.
It's so
Um,
fun.
I did hear does your dad play guitar? Or was that
Yes.
something he does?
Yes. Like he like just recently picked it up. Like it's not like a he started doing it my like he's like started learning my like maybe my senior year of high school. He was he I take after him and the like this was like a random project he decided to embark on. He was bored and he was like, I'm gonna learn to play guitar. So he downloaded an app on his phone and he learned to play guitar.
That's really impressive. And
Yeah.
if there's one thing I wish I had, it's musical talent. I have
Same.
none. Like, if
Yeah.
I could sing, watch out. Oh, my life would be so much better if I could sing, but, I cannot, even though I try. I try my best. I put my best foot forward, but it ain't great. It ain't
Oh
great.
yeah, no. I'm like that is for the shower's ears and possibly the car when no one else is in it.
I my favorite thing to do right now is to play the Wicked soundtrack and pretend
Oh,
like I
yes.
will blast it and just sing my heart out. And then I hate when someone calls me because it stops and you know that I'm listening to the Wicked soundtrack. If I answered, I'm like, "What do you want? You have totally interrupted my concert. This better be important."
Oh yeah. Ella on our team, she can sing like super well. And so we like she'll sing like the Wicked soundtrack, but she actually like sounds like Ariana Grande. So I'm like,
Okay, well,
ah, yes. Okay.
I think I sound like her, but I
I know,
most
I would
certainly
like to
don't.
also, but
Yeah, but then you like when you hear people that really can sing, you're like, no, 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 no. This is the time for the people that we just think we can. This is our time. This is our time.
yes.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. So your dad taught himself how to play guitar. That's actually very, very impressive.
Yeah, he's very much like he believes that if it is on YouTube, he can learn how to do anything.
Okay.
So,
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
I also kind of think that sometimes too, so
The world is your oyster.
oh, yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But speaking of family, we know that you have a four-legged child. I
Oh,
have a couple
yes.
four-legged children also. How in the world do you balance having a dog and season? Actually, no, no, better question. How do you balance having a dog and being, like, a student athlete?
Oh, man. So, I do all online classes, so I'm home for, like, the majority of the day unless I, like, need to go to treatment or, like, go to practice. So, like, typically, like, the max like, so he is kennel trained, and he was, like, the perfect puppy, like, truly. Like, he slept through the night in his kennel, like, the 2nd or 3rd night that I had him.
An
So,
angel, an
yeah, no,
absolute
I was
angel.
like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Easy." And so, like, he would be in his kennel, like, I felt so bad the first day that I got him, he had to be in his kennel for, like, 8 hours because we were like I had practice, and I was like, "He's
Mhm.
so little, I feel so bad." But, like, he didn't even have an accident, and he was fine, and I was like, "What? What?" I was like, "So this isn't normal. I'm not going to, like, continue to expect this from you, but wow, like, I'm happy, like, thank you." But I actually have, she's now, like, my friend, but she is one of, like, the volunteers at our, like, gymnastics meets, and I, like, became friends with her, and so she, like, comes and she, like, lets him out every day and, like, takes him on a walk. So,
Aw.
he's, like so now, like, typically the max that he's in there is, like, 4 hours, which, like, truly isn't that bad, and he's 9 months old now, so
Oh,
he's chill. And then she also, like she's the one who takes him for, like, whenever we travel, and she'll, like, come pick him up and come drop him off, and so
aw.
he's got a little auntie that takes care of him, and it's really awesome. So she's,
I
like,
mean,
honestly the
yeah.
only reason I could do it. But
That is really impressive, and kudos to you because dogs make the world a better place.
oh, yes.
I will stand on that.
Oh, yeah. He's really great. He's super sweet, and he's just a big, like, bear, basically. So, he's getting sent off to boot camp while we're at nationals. So, I'm gonna get some training because the goal is I want him to be a service dog so I can take him up to, like, the children's hospital to, like, be a therapy dog. So, that's the
Oh,
goal.
oh, that's amazing. My dog is also
Yeah.
going to boot camp, but she will not be a therapy dog. She just needs to learn her manners, which it's a work in progress. It's a work in
Oh, yeah.
progress.
Him too. He's typically pretty good. He actually, like I would say, like, knock on wood, he didn't go through the, like, puppy phase of I'm gonna chew everything and, like, rip everything apart.
Wow.
So, yeah, no. None of his toys that he has have been ripped apart except for one, and it was just because it was his favorite toy, and so it was used a lot.
I'm gonna give you some unsolicited advice
Oh,
because
yeah.
you are it sounds so we have 2 dogs,
Oh, yes.
and our first dog is an absolute angel.
Oh, yeah.
She is my soul dog. Like, she she completes me, and she was the same, never chew like, literally, we got her,
Oh,
she doesn't bark, she never chewed anything like the easiest dog, so we thought, "Wow, let's get another one."
that's where the problem is.
They are not the same dog. We love Penny, but oh. So anytime people are like, "Oh, my dog is so perfect," I'm like, "Keep it. Keep 1 dog." I mean, if you wanna get another one, go for it, but,
Oh
It
no,
won't be the same dog.
I've definitely heard that too. I also the like breeder that I got him from, they do like temperament testing. So they like you have to create like a whole like you do a like this whole quiz. It's like 30 questions of like what your lifestyle is, like what type of dog would you want, what type of things would you do with your dog, and then they like once the puppies are born, you can like pick like male or female, and then they're like, "Oh, we're going to match you with the one that is like best suited for like your lifestyle." That's just like of the gender that you picked. So I was like, I want one that's very calm. I don't calm, chill, not crazy energy. Not that his breed has that much energy anyways, but
That's fair. That's fair.
it's
All
very
I'm
large.
thinking, all I'm thinking about is how it's like they played matchmaker for you, but like,
Basically.
hey, hey, whatever works, whatever works.
No, seriously. It's perfect.
I love that. So I ask every athlete this question. I think it's super important and it always brings me joy hearing what the answer is.
Oh yeah.
If you could tell your younger self one thing, what would you tell her?
I would tell her that like all the hard work that she put in was like absolutely worth it. And she's truly getting to live out her dreams and more. Cause I never would have dreamed that this would be my college experience. And I sometimes have to pinch myself to remind myself that like it is me who's here doing it. So I think that would be what I'd tell her.
That wraps up today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed. Be sure to tune in each week because we'll be dropping new episodes from the amazing guests that I have lined up for you. I am your host, Bridget Sloan, and this is season 3 of Flipping Out with Bridget Sloan. Please make sure to like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. Let's make some good life choices out there, and don't forget to be awesome. Bye, guys.